You want to make meatballs?
Well, otherwise I just stand here, so.
Okay, go ahead. You can use bacon or whatever you like. Actually, you could almost use chicken too. You know, cooked diced chicken or something like that. And then we're going to do one that just has tomatoes and avocado on it because we're going to do a vegetarian one. And then it tastes good. All right, so that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been making. Oh, hi. Hi. Okay, we're in the kitchen and I'm here with Judy. This is Cooking for All Seasons and we're gonna whip up some goodies today.
That's good.
Yeah, we're gonna make some, what are we calling them? Small bites for parties. I mean, I know that, you know, like in restaurants and everything, they have all these small bites and everything, so I called it small bites. It really is their appetizers, but they really are pretty substantial. You know, we're doing some meatballs, we're doing some zucchini,
A vegetarian
like
thing,
a zucchini pancake. It's got the same ingredients as the chicken, only but there's no chicken in it. It's just zucchini.
Sounds
and
good.
then let's see. Oh, we're gonna do some Japanese spicy tacos. So you gotta see this one.
All right.
This one came to me in the middle of the night. And then let's see, what else are we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna do some BLTs on this Mexican toast that you buy. It's all toasted. It's really great. So I was thinking, been always thinking, what can I put on that? What can I? And we're going to do a BLT with some prosciutto. Obviously, if you don't use prosciutto, you can use bacon or whatever you like. Actually, you could almost use chicken too. You know, cooked diced chicken or something like that. And then we're going to do one that just has tomatoes and avocado on it because we're going to do a vegetarian one. And then, let's see, what else? We're going to do some caramel corn.
Yeah.
And the strangest thing is that I had this recipe for probably 25 years.
And myself as well.
I wonder if I gave it to you.
No, I got it from somebody at work.
Because we were comparing. It's
ago.
exactly the same recipe. And the one thing that that Jeannie told me was that it freezes real well.
Yes, after you make it, it's cooled and everything. You can put it in Ziploc bags and put it in the freezer, and you know, because it makes a lot. And then take it out as you want to eat it. And you can eat it right out of the freezer. You don't have to thaw it out or anything because it doesn't really freeze hard.
Well,
it's great.
You know, the thing is that usually there's not very much
I know.
left over.
That is true.
I mean, so, you know, but the good thing about it is if you're making it for a party or something, because it does take a little bit of time, that you could put it in the freezer. You make one batch for the freezer. And,
well, you could do it a week ahead or something too.
One batch
you know,
for your family.
for eating.
Yes.
While you're going.
Tasting. We're tasting.
Yeah.
So let's get on because we got a lot of stuff to do. And stay with us. We'll be right back. Hi, we're back. And I'm just peeling the garlic to go into the meatballs. So I just want to show you. I already chopped the chicken.
And you ran it through a food processor too?
Yeah, I actually, can you guys see this? This little tiny food processor? Do you see it? I did it in here. You know, but I only have a little chicken to do. I just do it in here.
So you just cut it up in small pieces?
I just cut it up in small pieces and kind of, you know.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I would recommend, and I would recommend if you don't have one of these.
I do. A small one.
If you don't have one of these. Get one of these. They are fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do things in it that I mean, if I have a whole lot of chicken to chop, I use a regular processor.
Yeah.
But for a pound, I do it here. Just cut it up, put it in here, zip, 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 it's done. So I just wanted to show it to you.
Good.
I wanted to show it to you. See? So I don't buy, I used to buy pre-cut or pre-chopped ground chicken, but it's hard to find. I found ground turkey, but
Chicken's better.
I don't like ground turkey. I don't know why, I just don't. I can't ever get it past the point of tasting like turkey. And actually, it doesn't really taste like turkey. It doesn't taste like the turkey that you make at Thanksgiving. It tastes like turkey.
Okay.
Do you use ground turkey?
No.
I know a lot of people do, so I'm sorry. If you,
I don't,
I'm sorry
because
if
my
you do.
husband says this isn't hamburger.
There you go. But he would probably
This is-
eat ground
yeah.
chicken burger.
Yeah, I'm sure that has a lot more flavor.
Oh yeah. And I always use the dark meat because it's juicier and it has more flavor. You okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you really wanted to cut down the calories or the fat or whatever, you need a little bit of fat in it because otherwise it gets dry. You know, consequently you'd be using the white meat, which gets real dried out.
So what did you use in there?
This is all chicken thighs.
chicken thighs. Okay.
Boneless, skinless chicken thighs. But if you kind of wanted to cut the fat down and not use all chicken thighs, and maybe use half chicken breast, half chicken thighs.
Okay.
But if you use all chicken thighs, I'm telling you, you're going to have problems with your meatballs because they'll be very dry. You'd have to hydrate them a little bit with maybe some olive oil or something.
Okay.
Otherwise, because there's no fat.
Okay.
You know, so I just
Good to know.
I always use chicken thighs. It has more flavor.
And what we're doing is the spicy chicken meatballs, huh?
Yeah, I think that. So I'm gonna. Okay, so we got our little control thing, and we only have a pound of chicken, so you don't want to get real nuts with the garlic unless. I mean, you can just make garlic. You could do a lot of garlic, but I want you to taste everything. So then, what else do we have? So we have some chives.
Those look good. I love chives.
I love chives. I got so tired of buying them in the market that I started growing them, and then chives are like really funny because they have flowers on them, and because I've had them in the ground for so many years, I have like probably 100 plants of chives.
Oh my goodness.
Because the seed from the little flower just seeds out, and every year they I swear they multiply. So you just want to kind of chop some of this up because you're going to process it in the processor. So everything's going to go in here. And let's see. Oh, we need a chunk of onion. This is a sweet onion. Sweet onions available most of the time of the year. If you're going to use a real tight, strong onion, I would suggest you not use too much.
Okay.
Because the onion will kind of begin to take over.
So they do say sweet onions at the store.
They do say sweet onions. Yeah. I buy them. Actually, I buy them.
Isn't the white one very
yeah,
mild?
You could use the white one. If you couldn't find sweet, you could
Okay.
use the white one.
Okay.
But, so you can, it doesn't, I mean,
Oh, it
you can,
isn't- oh,
you
that's
can
not very
smell
strong
it.
at all.
It does take, and there's the one onion, which one is that? The one that you can actually eat like an
Oh.
apple.
I don't know. I don't want to do that.
No, you can. I mean, they're really good.
Yuck.
So here's some basil. And I just want to say, if you're going to use dry ingredients in this, make sure that you can actually use the flouring, but I'm not going to see this is the flour.
Oh yeah.
So we'll just throw that in.
Oh.
It won't, I mean, it's all going to get ground up. You wouldn't know the difference between the flour and the
And
So-
parsley.
and parsley. Let's see, where are we over here? So here's some parsley. Okay, so I'm going to use the whole thing, the stem too. So it smells like parsley.
Yep.
I mean, it is parsley. Some people don't use it, but I'm just going to. And the other thing is some thyme. Now, did I talk about, if you're going to use dry ingredients, be really careful.
And use less.
Yeah, use less because dry ingredients are much more
Pungent.
pungent. Yeah. So I wouldn't suggest you use the stem of the thyme, but you can peel it off. It comes off fairly easy. Oh. And it smells strong, but it's actually not as strong. The dry stuff can be really, really pungent. So, okay. So here you see us stemming out the fresh stuff, so you can actually see that we really did use it. You know, if you don't, like I said, different times of the year, different things are available. So if you don't want to use, if you're going to make like a lot, you can buy the little packages of fresh herbs.
But
they're expensive.
And then you don't use them
And if
all.
you're not going to use it all, then it starts to get. But if you're going to make this and you're going to make, say, enough for 20 people or something, then it would be worth it
Right.
to go ahead and buy
That much.
the fresh, because it really does have a tendency to change the flavor. So then, let's see, let's put some salt in it. Remember, you got a pounded chicken. So we need a couple teaspoons of salt. Okay. Then let's see. We got salt. We got thyme. I know I have to read this only because I don't want to forget
Pepper.
something. Ooh, pepper flakes, because it's
flakes.
spicy. And we're gonna put some cheese in it. This
Oh.
is Parmesan Reggiano. Okay. And then we're gonna.
Oh, pepper flakes. Oh,
We're just going to put a
spicy
little bit of pepper flake, not too much, because I know Judy is not real partial to
big spicy.
spicy, and they do. Okay, so I think we got everything in. I know I'm
think so.
sorry we have to look at the list, but I don't want to forget anything because it's, there's a lot of ingredients. So then, how do you like that? Then we're going to take the bread. You have to put a little bit of bread in it because you're going to put an egg in it and you want it to bind, and the bread kind of helps it, it lightens it too.
So this is what you're mixing with the chicken to make the meatballs.
Yeah, so I'm just putting, I don't know, maybe like a quarter.
And this is a big
cup.
coarse bread.
Yeah, you can use any, I wouldn't, I probably would stay away from like
White or wheat bread.
whiter wheat. I mean, I'd probably
Use
pick,
it.
if you have leftover, oops.
Oh
that's
yeah,
okay,
just
don't
throw it
worry.
around.
If you have leftover, bread, because that always happens. I just stick mine in the freezer. If you have leftover bread, even if it's garlic bread, and you're not going to use it, and it's on sourdough or something a little substantial, just stick them in the freezer. And then I just use them, I grind them up, because what's the
okay,
difference?
yeah,
I mean, it's just
right.
about the same. So that, it doesn't go to waste. So then we're going to put that in there, and we're going to okay.
It's just about done. Wow. Wow.
See? Can you see that? Can you guys see that? So it's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of a great way.
We're going to take this off anyway.
Oh yeah, I know. It's tricky. It's tricky. So here we're going to put it in the chicken. It looks like a lot, but the chicken, we want it to have a lot of flavor to it. We don't want to have,
Right.
some kind of chicken that doesn't, because this is going to go on a little bun with a little marinara sauce. Okay. So we're going to use that again,
Oh, that's right.
because we're going to make another batch for the zucchinis. Now we're going to add an egg. Try not to get the shell as I drop the shell in. Okay, the only thing, okay, I'm leaning away. Towel. There you go. And I think that's it. I think that everybody does things a little bit differently and wants different flavors so it kind of, some people don't like the basil or something. I actually have some rosemary, but
A
sometimes
lot of people don't.
Rosemary
Overpowers.
can overpower
Yeah.
everything. So it's just like, I'm not going to put the rosemary in it, because I honestly think it does have a tendency to over.
Now, you could really use ground sausage.
Oh my God, you could use it. You could
Yeah.
use ground beef.
Yeah.
You could use a combination of ground pork
And the beef.
and beef or veal or sausage or whatever. This is just, I just try to be.
But using this concoction that you made here would taste good.
Anything, really.
Probably adds a lot
Yeah.
of flavor.
I don't know. Can you guys see this? It looks really good.
Very
see?
good.
So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to put it in the refrigerator. and let it bloom, because I find that if you're using any kind of herb if you have to make it right away, okay, but we don't have to do it right away. It will kind of bloom inside of the chicken.
It melds all those
all those flavors together, and especially, probably more especially if you're using dry. Because the moisture in the chicken will get to it. So normally, if I was going to do that, I would probably take the dry ingredients and fry them in a little bit of olive oil to get the oils out of them, and then put it in. But since we're using fresh, we don't have to do that.
Okay.
So I'm just putting it in the fridge. Okay. Now we can use the same thing, because we're actually, for the zucchini, we're going to actually use the same ingredients. But the only difference is we're gonna shred this. Okay,
And that one's called zucchini pancakes.
Yeah. So we have to do something for the vegetarians. And so I was thinking, well, to me, this reminds me of a potato latke, which is a potato pancake. So that's, and it doesn't have to be organic. It doesn't have to be organic zucchini if you don't have it. But for some reason, because of the water situation, I mean, this has been going on for 4 years, so whatever.
Our drought, yes.
Yeah, our drought. Go find somebody who grows zucchini in their backyard, because the zucchini in the grocery store is outrageous now.
Oh, are they? I haven't gotten any.
It's or a farmer's market or something like that, because it's just it's because it's just the water. so we're just if you were going to make this for like 100 people or something like that,
heaven forbid,
or 20 people even, and you had to do a bunch of zucchinis or something like that, I probably would be doing this in.
Doesn't the food processor
have
a grater on it? Yeah.
This little one doesn't. So, okay. So we're going to make like about a zucchini and a half or so.
Because these are going to be
little tiny pancakes.
Okay.
They're good. It's good. Actually, you could make them bigger and serve them for dinner. Like if you have a vegetarian as a friend or something, you could actually put it on a burger bun.
Okay.
Okay. So there's our zucchini. Now we're going to kind of do the same thing for it as we did for the meatballs. We're going to put some onion.
Some onion and garlic and chives.
Onion. We need another little piece of onion. And remember, zucchini has like a real mild flavor. So if you don't put enough flavoring in, you're going to end up with
pretty flat, huh?
Pretty flat, yeah. So you don't want to overdo it, but.
And then you have on here is a sourdough bread, and
that was a sourdough.
And I can really see why you do it on here, because zucchini is very watery.
Yeah, you need something to
and you'll
absorb.
just have mush. And then not be able to fry it, because...
and this actually has, instead of one egg in it, it has a couple eggs in it.
Oh, okay.
It has a little bit more. And actually, I'm going to put a little bit more garlic in it, too, because I think that it needs... Oh, well.
And the chives.
And the chives. Yeah, I know. Somebody will say, oh, but chives is like an onion. Yeah, but a chive has a just totally different...
Let's get some thyme and start...
Chive has an actually different flavor than an onion. A true, so think of like when you're eating, probably more so when you're eating out, when you order a baked potato and they say, would you like some chives? I always say yes. But I also like green onions. I mean, you really could use any kind of flavoring in here that you like. Oh, do you need some
I think
more?
that's the only one you have in here. Let's see. Nope, you have more.
I tried to.
Whoops, what a mess.
That's all right. We're messy, but we get the job done. I mean, it's hard. I mean, we're just I just want to show you how to do this. We're going to put some of those in. Oop, that goes over here. Let's see, do we have, oh, yeah, here. Look at that. So that's kind, I mean, I think what you should do if you're going to make this is try it. What I do usually is after it's made, I take a little bit of it and put it in the frying pan and taste it to see if, here's some salt, to see if I like the flavor, if it needs something else. So I think we...
Yeah, parsley, eggs, yeah,
Yeah.
eggs. You didn't put
Okay.
the egg in, and then that's it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So let's just put it
Oh.
over here.
Okay.
We don't put it, nope, no cheese in this one. Okay.
Yeah, cheese in this one.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I think I may have forgotten to put it in there. You know, sometimes when I'm sitting there writing recipes up, they don't get all their ingredients in, because sometimes I'm just sort of making it as I go, and sometimes and you know, just like anything else. So say 10 people or 5 people walked into your house and you went, oh geez, I gotta serve something.
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of have to think about what you have on hand. Because you could, you know, yeah, probably more than likely you might have some zucchini or something like that. Oop, top. So you have to kind of say, okay, well, I'm just going to kind of put in whatever herbs I have. Okay, here it goes.
Looks good. Yeah.
And then I'm just going to put this in. But on this one, now the chicken one, we've only put 1 egg. Because there's some fat in there, so that'll help bind it together. But in the zucchini, there is no
Fat.
fat. Okay, so we're kind of done with that for right now. So we're just gonna, here, I'll crack them, try not to get the... I don't know what it is, sometimes eggs and me don't get along. Oh, that one's good. So, there we go. Now, after that gets through mixing, we're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for a while, because just like anything else, the flavors will bloom because it's all fresh.
Onion.
Oh, it did? It got to, yeah, it got, isn't that weird? It did. All of a sudden I could smell it more. Sorry.
It's okay, but when I have makeup running down my face, so I'm going to look part clown.
No, you don't look like a clown. All right, so we're going to finish mixing this, put it in the refrigerator, and we'll be right back. Hi, we're back. So what we're doing now is I took a little bit of the zucchini mixture, and you know what? You can't help it. The zucchini mixture always has a lot of moisture in it. So try to just keep mixing it up, and then, or just drain some of it out. You can't help it. It's just because it's very watery, the zucchini.
Yeah.
And then if you cook the zucchini first and then add the stuff into it, I didn't like it. I tried it. I didn't like it. It was too mushy. So what we're doing now is we're just going to taste it.
We also thought about adding salt to the mixture after. So you cook it and you're putting it on your towels to soak up some of the oils, and then salt it like you did French fries or something. And I think that might help it to not have so much moisture as well.
It's hot, but it has enough salt in it.
Okay. Yummy.
It's
I
good,
like it.
huh?
Mhm.
I really like the taste of
Oh,
it
good.
much better.
The bread comes out too. You can taste
Yeah.
some of that bread.
It tastes much better if it's done.
Good.
So what I use is, you know, one of these little scooper kids. If you can't, just use I would just use maybe a a big tablespoon. So then I'm just going to put it in, and then I'm going to just punch it down a little bit
And
because we're making a pancake. So
and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the olive oil on these pieces of bread. They're actually little ciabatta rolls. And then put them in the oven, getting ready for these to go in as a sandwich.
you know, you could use, I happen to find those, but any kind of little roll,
Right. I think those, what about those Hawaiian rolls?
I was just thinking that.
That's the one
Sure.
that I used when I was making
Sure.
some little taster
You just
things.
have to be careful because it's sweet.
Yeah.
And so if you have something that's real savory, I don't know, because we're gonna this is gonna have a marinara sauce.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In the
Yeah.
sandwich.
So if you could, you could use little dinner rolls too. I mean, people use those
Oh,
all the
yeah.
time. I mean, you don't have to. So here.
I like the coarse texture of these.
Yeah, I do. I was really lucky to find those. I was really surprised. But so kind of what we've done here is this oil here is a combination of olive oil and a little bit of
Grapeseed.
oil, because grapeseed oil you can fry at a higher temperature.
And I'm using just like,
That's just regular olive oil,
regular olive.
extra virgin olive oil. Actually, it's Greek olive oil.
Yes, because it is darker green
Yeah.
than the regular
The
extra
Italian.
virgin olive oil.
Well, it's all about what olives they use. And nowadays, because people are so much more involved in the oils that they're using, they will actually say there's this huge amount of olive oil being produced all over the world. And it'll actually say a lot of times on the bottle, it'll say what kind of olives they're using.
Okay, so now I'm going to put them in the oven.
Hope they'll get all toasty.
Should I put them in the middle, or do you want them on the top?
No, that's good. Yeah.
Now don't forget them, because that's what I normally do. What is that smell? Those look good. They are very tasty. I like them.
Yeah, you see that kind of the egg kind of growing out a little bit. But you can't help the moisture in the pancake. Yeah, you could try to, like you said, maybe salt them afterwards.
That's just a little bit of help. That's
Well,
not-
yeah, it could help because the salt actually draws the moisture out. So that's a good idea. Very good. Or you could salt them as you're cooking them like this, which would be even better, I think, because then it would cook into it, But either way.
Oh, now that was clever.
They really do stay together. It's amazing.
Yes.
But you have to put those eggs in there.
Yeah.
And that bread. You really do need to put. Oop, that one wasn't quite. That's all right. Now, if you're gonna, and after we do these, we're gonna do the chicken ones. So I wouldn't. Okay, so what's the thing? You do the vegetable before the chicken, because if you're vegetarian, you wouldn't want to mix the chicken
Oils.
with
Yeah.
the chicken, because it does have some oil in it. And also, what would happen is if you did the chicken in here first and then the vegetable would pick up the flavor of the chicken. So if you're going to use the same pan as we are today, make sure that you do the vegetarian ones first. And it's not just because vegetarians don't want the chicken, it's because it would change, it would disturb the flavor. But So we did taste it. And we're going to do that with the chicken too. Take a little, you just take a little taste of it just to see if you're missing something
Okay.
or it just doesn't taste good. And especially if you're just learning how to cook and you make something, even meatballs for like spaghetti or something like that, the best thing to do is take a little bit of it before you. Now, some people don't fry it. Some people make meatballs and bake them in the oven. That's fine, but you still could take a little bit of it and put it in, maybe not olive oil, but maybe some, I don't know, vegetable oil or canola or something that was like kind of very more neutral than I would say olive oil, and taste it before, because when you end up baking 20 meatballs and then you find out they're not but they're like, oh, it's missing something. And at that point your company's knocking on the door, so this kind of makes it a little inconvenient, so that would be what I would suggest. It's not a big deal. So hey, they look pretty good, huh? I like the color of them. Let's see. That green in there. And I found that when you pre-cook it, it gets squishy. Well, it's very, because zucchinis I don't know what the water ratio is, but it's pretty high.
Yeah.
And so what's going to end up is it's going to end up just, shrinking into nothing. And let's see how these guys, you don't want to overcook it. You want to make sure you've cooked it enough that the egg, and plus we're going to put it in the oven to keep it warm, and that's actually going to continue to cook it.
Oh, okay.
So it's okay that you don't have to, you want it brown, but you don't have to think, oh, is the inside cooked or something, because you're still going to put it in the oven at a low, pretty low temperature. So, okay, we'll take these out. Let's see. And then we'll do the chicken ones. They're big for the little buns, but I liked them big because you really felt like you were eating something. If I made them the size of the inside of the bun, they'd be about this big. And the idea of this is that they're small bites, but they're healthy bites. So, yeah. Okay. I think you want, okay, so now.
Want the chicken?
Now we'll do the chicken, yeah.
And you put it in the bottom.
Yeah. So, that's okay, we're just going to put this over here.
Okay.
Right now. So if you'll notice, there's no liquid. It's much denser. So I think we need some more olive oil.
Do you want to put this one and the grapeseed oil in?
Yeah, I think we'll put a little grapeseed oil in it. If you don't have grapeseed oil and you want to cut down on using the olive oil, then you could put. I'm not a real fan of canola oil. I don't know why, but if you're used to it, you could put a little bit of canola oil in it just to kind of stretch it.
Now, does this have to be a higher temperature or?
Let's see, what is it? It's at about 375 now.
Okay.
That's pretty. I mean, you want it when you put them in. You want to hear a sizzle. So, let's see. And for the meatball ones, we're actually going to use the same. I'm just going to rinse this out. Not because there's cooties in the vegetables, but because I didn't want to have the vegetables stuck to a meatball. So we're going to do the same thing with, I think we'll kind of mix it around a little bit. How are we doing?
That's fine.
We burn it yet?
Nope. I just didn't want to forget.
I don't think there's anybody who's cooked, even famous chefs who haven't burned bread at some point in their time, either in a toaster like me, who sometimes overdoes it, or forgets to it's in the oven or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to design I know, we need to design something that you wear, that you put on, and then and it clicks or sends a little zap or something. Or maybe it talks like your phone.
Oh.
Like, what's her name on the phone?
Oh, is that Cirrus?
Sarah, yeah, Syria, or whatever her name is. Sarah?
Siri.
Siri. Your bread's ready. Your bread's ready. Okay, so we're just going to put so we get some
sizzle.
sizzle. And remember, you are working with chicken. So you want to make sure if you're touching it, like I just got through touching it, that in its raw state once it's cooked. And that's the other thing is I put these in the oven for maybe 15, 20 minutes at like 300 or something, just to make sure that I've cooked them all the way through. Because these actually are more of a meatball than this, which is not a meatball. I mean, it's hard to make a meatball out of the zucchini, but we're squishing it down. So I know that we're gonna cook it, but you want to taste it. Just thinking, what do you think? See, now we tasted this, and what we were making it was real. It was real strong, the onion, but you didn't taste it.
No,
It's very strange. I think, and this is my thought, when you cut onions, the flavor because you're cutting the molecules differently than you are when you put it in, when you grate it, as opposed to when you put it in a food processor, which that was a little food processor. When you do that, it seems to break down the molecules, and it seems to get stronger. Even garlic. Now, when I make certain things, so I think that's what happens. When I make like certain sauces, I slice the garlic, which tastes different than if I chop it or put it through a press.
Yeah.
It just has a different flavor to it. I know somebody's going to go, well, that's not true, but
Well, you know how when you cook or roast garlic, it takes that bite out of it and everything too. So it is stronger raw or in something. It's much stronger versus when you roast it. So maybe the onions.
Well, try get a little slicer for your garlic and try it that way, because it's really good in a sauce. It does taste a little bit different, I think so. It's also really good to caramelize, because you can put the slices in a pan with a little bit of olive oil and get them brown and toasty, and then sprinkle it over something.
Oh.
So, let's see. I think this is.
It looks pretty done.
It's done, because you can. I don't know. Can you see me doing this? Kinda. Here. How's this? Excuse me. See, it's hard, so it's not squishy anymore. I know those are real technical terms. Squishy. But here. Oh, you can't see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut this, but it's hot.
Yeah, I think waiting a minute or two.
When you tell your kids it's hot, they're like that's going to make it cold in like 2 seconds. So, but anyway, I think it's going to be okay. Oy, that's hot. So we're going to have fun today. I think we have a lot. Oh, she's going to check how you roll. Something.
Are they going to brown?
They will a little bit, but you're not broiling them. It's when you do the broil that things really get out of hand.
I can see.
Can you see?
The oil is bubbling a little bit.
Oh, good. So, but I know everybody has done this. Have you ever stick the bread under the broiler.
And then it's black.
And then it's like, oh, see, then we need that thing. That guy, that woman who talks to you and says, hey.
Without the smoke alarm going off. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah.
Oh, I like that too.
You like that?
I was all set to just have that one.
I mean, we're
lot
just,
of
I'm
flavor.
saying that, but it really does. So, and we're going to make meatballs. You want to make meatballs?
Well, otherwise I just stand here, so.
Okay, go ahead. So we're making meatballs. And I swear, these meatballs you could put in with pasta, you know, and you could put it in with, you know, like in a hoagie sandwich. I mean, we're making we're making these little sandwiches, but I wanted a real meatball. I didn't want a little tiny baby pinky meatball. I wanted something substantial.
So are you going to flatten these out for the
No.
for the buns?
No, I'm gonna, because I think they look cool as meatballs. Are you having fun?
Oh yeah.
Well, they do kind of change shape when they get fried. You can't help that, you know. Let me use this. So I think what we're going to do, you see what we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to let these cook. You guys want to stick around a few more minutes and see what's going on here? You want to move them because, I'm cooking in a pan that's not non-stick. Probably, if I didn't have the camera wanting to see what I was cooking, or what we were cooking, I probably would be cooking them in a non-stick pan, which I think would be better because you have to be careful in a pan that's not non-stick. You need that you have enough oil. In a pan that's non-stick, you don't have to put quite as much.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, because it's not gonna. Obviously, they have better chance of sticking. So you see what we're doing? We're just gonna flip them around, and we'll be right back when the meatballs are all done. Okay, so now we're gonna make little tiny tacos for the spicy Japanese spicy shrimp tacos. But I just wanted to show you. See how little they are?
Yeah.
Oh, and there it goes. Don't do that. It's gonna puff up. So then we're gonna.
I wonder if we should take a fork and kind of poke holes in it.
Here,
maybe?
no, it'll go down there. Maybe not. No, there it goes.
That was a tostada.
This is a tostada. So we're gonna make tostadas, and we're gonna make little tiny tacos. However, don't drop it in there like I did. That's not so good. So there's a tostada. Okay, so you want to maybe grab it like this. We're gonna bend it like a taco. So then you're gonna kind of taco it.
Right in the very beginning.
Can you see that? Can you see me how I did that kind of in the beginning? And that's going to. There it goes. And then it'll stay. And then you just kind of fry it on both sides.
So it's right when you put it down in there.
Yeah, I think that's. I've tried it both ways. I've tried to put it down and then try to bend it, and that doesn't work so good. But this seems to work better.
Oh, looks good. Nice and brown quick.
Yeah. And this is just regular vegetable oil. There's nothing fancy about this one. I did turn it down though. So, please don't let your children do this. Please don't. I mean, I don't think anybody that, that hasn't been in a kitchen for quite a while cooking should do anything like this. So there you go. So you want to see one more? We'll do one more.
One more.
Okay.
See if we can.
So I actually believe there's if you look at it, see how there's these lines? Mm-hmm. I think for some reason it bends better with those lines. Maybe it's just me. But it seems to actually, that's the flow of the, I don't know.
Where it bends best.
Where it bends, I don't know whether it comes off. These aren't handmade, so it comes off a machine.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know whether that rolls off of there like that or what, but it seems to bend better when I do it with those going in the right direction as opposed to correcting them the other way. I don't know. Maybe it's just...
And then you just cook them as long as you want to, what
yeah,
you like.
what you like. I mean, some
Right.
people, I want
Some
it
of
to
them
be
like them chewy, some like it
chewy.
crispy.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get it a little bit crispy. So, because remember, we're going to fill them. So that's that for those. So I'm going to turn this oil off because we'll fry a bunch later. Because we're going to cook the shrimp. Okay, you want to take that over there. I don't want to leave the. And make sure you turn your handles in when you have hot oil. And actually, I'm going to move it to the back so we don't have any accidents. Okay?
Good idea.
Good idea. Okay, so now we're going to cook the shrimp. So we're going to turn this on, and I think we're going to use some of the
Grapeseed?
grapeseed oil. Yeah, you don't. I probably wouldn't use olive oil with this because
Yeah.
it's gonna. I mean, when you fry things in olive oil, it definitely takes the flavor.
So the grapeseed oil doesn't have a strong taste of anything.
I don't think so. I can't even smell it.
No, I can't either. So.
And you want this high because you want to put the shrimp in, get them done, and get them out.
Yeah.
Because you
they're
don't want
quick.
to cook them for a long period of time. And, okay, so I'm going to tell you the count on these. And you're going to say, well, what does that mean? So, here. See how little they are? Because remember, they're going to go inside the taco.
Okay.
So if you used a bigger shrimp, it would look fine. You could stick a big shrimp and the tail would be sticking out, would be cute. But if, it depends. The count on this is 40 to 51, which means that's the poundage. There's anywhere between 40 and 50 or 51 or something like that, or 41 and 51. I don't remember exactly. But it's between 40 and 50 of this size shrimp to a pound.
Oh,
So that's what
means.
those means. Now when it says U15, I mean those are like 15 to a pound, or
So they'd be really
so
big.
they're big. So the number when it says a pound on the package, you want to make sure that you look to see what it'll tell you what the count is, 40 to 50. Obviously, like. Little salad shrimp is like 100 to 250. And sometimes, though, they do have a salad shrimp that is bigger too. So, and it's already cooked.
I guess
so,
we could have done the salad shrimp in this as well because everything's so tiny.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to hear. We need to put something underneath this. I need to get it because a napkin. Yeah, for some reason, my pan is kind of lump-sided, so I need to just lift it up to make it even. So I don't know whether it's my pan or
you
whether...
wouldn't want to use the small salad
Well, you
shrimp?
wouldn't want to use a shrimp that was already cooked
Oh, that's true.
because, well, you could. I mean, but it would taste kind of different because what I'm going to do is now. This is called Nanami Togarashi, and this is a Japanese assorted chili pepper, Japanese. And what I want to tell you what's in it before I dump those in. I have to hurry fast though. It has chili peppers, orange peel, black sesame seeds, white sesame seed, Japanese pepper, ginger, and seaweed. And I'm telling you, you can tell the difference. So we're going to turn this down because that's really hot. Ooh, look at them. Oh,
I think
yeah.
I'll stand over here.
I think you should. And the reason why you wouldn't want to use shrimp that's already been cooked is because we're going to, and you don't want to use that again, because we're going to sprinkle some of this on it. And if it's already cooked, it won't pick it up. But I know you're going to say, oh, well, I can't find it. Well, go to a lot of the stuff that I'm using in this shrimp taco, I got at a Asian market. And there are a lot of them around. Mm-hmm. So just go to an Asian market. Yeah, you might have to travel a little far, but I tell you, the prices usually are pretty reasonable for all the different things that you get. And just look for this. Mm-hmm. I'll put my finger over the name and just show you the bottle so you can see the bottle. Can you see it?
Assorted chili pepper.
Yeah. There's two kinds. There's another one that just says, I think it just says chili pepper on it. But I like the ingredients in that one. I was like, oh, whoa, this sounds so good. And it worked perfectly.
Where do you want to take them off on? Do you want to put it on?
Yeah, we're going to put them right in there.
Right in there.
Yeah. So first we're going to do this. And these are going to go inside of the little tacos. Mm-hmm. How cute. I mean, you could use like one big shrimp. But just like anything else, they're more expensive. Mm-hmm. These are, you can get this size shrimp on sale for $5 a pound. Well, I shouldn't really say that, but it's true. They're different prices. And you can tell when they're done. You don't want to overcook them, though. But
so that there's no gray showing. Like that.
Yeah. You want to cook it through. You don't want to be eating raw shrimp. But, what happens, and people don't realize it, that since I'm frying them, they get really hot.
That one and this one.
And they'll actually continue to cook because I'm going to put them in a bowl and they're going to continue to cook. Because shrimp get tough.
Yeah.
But you do want to make sure you've cooked them, pretty much. They
look pretty good.
You don't want them spongy, but you don't want them tough. But this, you're going to put two shrimp in a taco. So this goes pretty far. Mm-hmm. A pound goes pretty far. So I think that's done. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay. Doesn't take long. It smells good though, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Judy she's not particularly fond of things that are real spicy. So I won't ask her to taste one.
Thank you. I know plenty of other people who wouldn't mind. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know who they are. We're looking right at them. So, that's it. That's pretty fast. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now we're done with the frying pan, and we're going to move the shrimp over there, and I'm going to unplug it because it's hot, and I'm just going to move this. So if you want to pull these ingredients over here, and I'll bring back a spoon.
And we're going to make the coleslaw.
I'm just going to put this over here. So so this is the coleslaw. Let's see, you want to get those tongs?
I knew you had that somewhere.
So this is, so I guess I'll have to put this is seasoned rice vinegar.
Rice vinegar.
And this is mirin. It's this sweet cooking rice seasoning. This is a Japanese. So this is Japanese. So you'll find it and it's really interesting because in some Asian markets, they'll actually have signs up that'll say Japanese or Chinese or Vietnam or Taiwan, because they use different seasonings on different things.
I have seen this in Safeway as well.
Oh, good.
Because I bought some.
It's good. It makes really good teriyaki. Okay, now for this, it's interesting.
It's not like a vinegar.
No, it just has a taste. So for this, I'm just gonna do that, and then we're gonna put some of this. So this is a coleslaw, but it doesn't have any mayonnaise in it.
Oh, okay.
Because the sauce that we're gonna put, because we're gonna put another sauce on the shrimp inside the taco.
Oh, okay.
They have 3 different kinds. Now, the other thing we're going to use is we're going to use some fish sauce in here. I can't cover that. This is what I use. To me, fish sauce, and you don't want to use a lot of it. Just like, to me, it's like the Worcestershire sauce, an Asian Worcestershire sauce. It's there, there's a flavor, you're not sure what it is, and it's usually fish sauce. But don't go nuts. So you'll notice that I'm just going to put just a little bit. Because just like you would use Worcestershire sauce,
Right.
which actually is a fish sauce, because Worcestershire sauce is made from anchovies.
Oh, yes, I do remember.
And a lot of people go, what's that flavor? Mm-hmm. Or I don't like fish. Well, if you're eating Worcestershire sauce, which you probably are, it has fish sauce in it. It has fish in it. Okay, now these are black sesame seeds. Now we're just gonna take a scoop. I just love these things. I think they make things look so dramatic. You see this? And the idea of this is it doesn't have to be real wet, and it's you want to make it not too far in advance of making your tacos, because you do want kind of the crunch. Mm-hmm. Sometimes some coleslaws are very damp, and the cabbage will get very wilted. But on this one, I like to have the cabbage at least have some, buoyancy to it, or structure. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, should we taste it? Let's see. Do we have a fork over there? Yeah. Or a spoon or something? Yeah. So, I don't know.
It's a little bit sweet.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because remember now, it's got the shrimp and it's got another sauce that goes with it. So you don't want it overbearing.
Right, and it is.
You just want a little bit of a vinegary kind of flavor to it.
Very, very mild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Okay. So that's what we have to make the Japanese shrimp tacos. So we've made the shrimp, we've made the taco shells, and we've made the coleslaw. So we're going to get everything together, and now after this we're going to make the caramel for the caramel corn. So we'll be right back and we'll start making that. Yum. Oh, hi. Okay.
This is what it looks like after about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
2 sticks of butter, 2 cups of brown sugar, half a cup of Caro syrup, and let's see.
And a half a teaspoon of baking soda.
And now she can put the baking soda in. So see, it's supposed to bubble up. There it goes.
Oh, it's lumpy. Yeah.
It changes color. There it goes.
You see, it's the white foam.
You can see. Whoa, there it goes. Cool, huh? Is that what yours looks like?
That's exactly what mine looks like, yes.
I really find that I use the lighter,
Caro syrup?
no, the lighter brown sugar.
Oh, oh.
instead of the dark brown sugar. Otherwise it's too, I don't know. I've tried it both ways. This one is the golden brown sugar, which I think is like the light brown sugar or very similar.
Mm-hmm.
So then you want to, okay. So this, she's going to stir, and I'm going to pour this in. So I don't want to get anywhere near. You don't want children doing this. This is not.
Would really hurt if it got on
Oh,
your
you'd get
skin.
third-degree burns. You'd have to immediately go to the hospital. And this is very, very, very hot.
But this is an excellent recipe. It's just really good.
It's simple. It's something you can make. And like I said, I used to use popcorn, and I probably would normally, but I was doing some experimenting and found that the popcorn that you buy already popped works really good. You know, it's
I'm going to try
if
that
you-
next time, yeah.
If you're doing it and it's holiday times or something like that, you can, you know, you don't have to go through all that. And I always did an air pop. And I always put more popcorn in because I like a light coating. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the oven. You try to get it, you know, it's going to, it melts down, and then when you mix it, it gets better. Oh, here I am just sitting here.
And then the oven, when you turn it on for 15 minutes, and then you then you take it out and you stir some more, and then you put it back in for another 15.
It gets coated even
Yes.
more.
Yeah. So whatever we miss now.
It gets evened out.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? How's that? Kind of leave it fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with this is you have to make 2 batches. One for your company and one for you.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee, if you like anything near popcorn or caramel corn, you will be eating this as soon as it's done. And don't let it cool off, because you're going to burn your mouth.
Do you want to put the nuts in now? Or
No, you know what? I found that the nuts
this is the time when the
nuts seem to get really overdone.
like a soggy or.
No, they get burned because of the sugar in there. It gets on the pecan. So I find that I'm not gonna. Since it has to go in for a whole hour, I'm gonna put it in after the first 30 minutes.
Okay.
Because they just need to kind of get toasted. So, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's where that thing is.
Oh. Careful.
You know? Hey. Yeah, that's fine.
And then you want
We
to set
lost
this.
something.
You want to set the timer.
I'm going to set the timer now for 15 minutes. We're going to stop for a moment and get all of our stuff together and start stuffing and putting stuff together. Okay, we're back. I know it just seemed like so much stuff, but I'll tell you something, and I'm just going to tell you, when you even ask somebody to cater something for you, you pay sometimes $1, $1.25 per piece, or so much a dozen. And the reason why is because there is a lot of handwork when you're making
small things
or
Yeah.
hors d'oeuvres or anything, unless you're making nachos or something like that, or you know. But I'm talking about when you're having individual things made, as opposed to somebody who's making pasta where they boil 10 pounds of pasta, they put it in, they pour sauce on it, and it's done. That's different. But that's the reason why when you ask the caterer or whoever, your friend, to make, can you make me some small bites? They say, yeah, but either you're going to help me, like Judy's helping me now, or you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's not so much the expense of the ingredients.
It's a lot of
It's
work.
the time
Yeah.
and a lot of work. So anyway, so this is, can you see our little chicken meatball? He has a little hat on. That's some mozzarella cheese. And this is can you see how Kitty sits on there? Mm-hmm. So what I did was, this is just some marinara sauce that I made. It has some nice carrots in it, because I like carrots in my marinara sauce.
Okay.
It's kind of the natural sweetener. So what I did was, we just put like a dab of the sauce. You don't want it, remember these are toasted, they have olive oil on them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right.
So
yeah.
you don't want it you don't want somebody to bite into it and have it, I don't know what you call it.
Squirt out.
Squirt out.
For
you
lack
want
of
it
a better
yeah,
word.
you want it to be little, have some moisture to it. Mm-hmm. So then you're just going to put his little hat on him. See? How cute. And, you start eating a couple of these little guys.
You'll be full in no
You'll
time.
be full. See, look. Isn't he cute? You just want to take a bite, don't you?
Yes, I do, but I'll wait.
Okay. So, what's up next?
Next, we're going to do the tacos.
Ooh.
Just the shrimp and little taco shells.
Okay. Now, this is where things begin to change a little bit. Can you see everything? So what we did was, we made the two taco shells and a tostada. So what you're going to do is, you just have to figure out how many shrimp you want to put in. If you got big shrimp, you put one in. If you got little shrimp, maybe you put 2 or 3. But it kind of depends. So I think like 2 shrimp, right? Did you see me?
Yeah, that looks
2
good.
shrimp, I think, is
Good size.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
So you put 2 of these in here. And on the tostada, you put 2 there too, because that's enough.
Yeah.
By the time you get through. Then it's the sauce. And, okay, so I'm going to show you, this is a yum yum sauce, and it's sweet. This is sweet. This is a Thai sweet chili sauce, okay? And this one is a sriracha mayo. Okay, the sriracha mayo is hot. I'm telling you, it's hot right now. So let's see here. Let's move this stuff around, because the camera guy's gone, I can't see what you're doing. So which
and this
one?
just goes with it, or is that going to
Yeah,
go in
okay.
it?
No, first the sauce is going to go on. So we'll make one of the tacos with the sriracha sauce. So remember, don't get this one, okay?
It's not a problem.
Because the sriracha sauce mayo, and now you can make this yourself. Sriracha mayo. Then you can make it as hot as you want, Then we're going to take a little bit of the chili
Does it need
sauce.
to be
Yeah, I think
shook?
we're going to shake it, because it's kind of... That one is harder to get out. So I think, which one do you want? Then we'll put the sweet one on. Which one, the taco or the...
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just saying, yum yum for me.
So we're going to put... Ooh. Oh, that's a lot. That's enough. Okay. And then we're going to put the yum sauce. It's kind of like a mayo, in a way. And then we're going to dress it with the coleslaw. See how cool that looks? Mm-hmm. They look like little tacos, huh? Ooh. And then on the tostada. Then I think a little squig of cilantro is appropriate. And I think it looks nice. And it tastes good too.
It definitely adds a flavor.
So, oops. All right. Now, actually, we didn't have you taste that, but we're going to have you taste this. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Looks messy.
Good. I like messy.
Oh, I like the yum yum sauce.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. These are kind of, whoa. They kind of slide down.
I think it would be easier to eat though as a taco. This is
Yeah.
a little harder.
I don't know. Well, you could. Well, yeah,
I'm
there you
tacoing
go.
it.
You're tacoing it. Just tacoing it.
Yeah, and it didn't break.
No, it doesn't. Well, that's a good idea.
Messy.
Messy.
Looks good.
Look good. Okay, we've accomplished that. Okay, so this is just mayonnaise and pesto sauce. And if you, I mean, what I do at the end of the year is I always get some basil from someplace and make some pesto sauce and
Right.
squish it, put it in my freezer, and I just break off all during the year some, so I don't have to keep. But I tell you, I've actually had some of the stuff that's made, jarred.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fine. So you don't have to make it yourself. So now this is. Okay, aren't these cool? I've seen these before and I thought they were great. And I think they'd be great for your kids. You could put melted cheese on them. They're these,
It's already toast.
it's already toast, and they're neat. And they come in different, they come whole wheat and stuff, so they're different things. Okay, so this is, the first one we're gonna make is the BLT with avocado and tomato. So then you're just going to get a pretty piece of lettuce. So that I put a scoop of that. And then you're going to put, I just put a little dash on top. It kind of keeps everything
Like glue.
glued. So then we're going to put, okay, so it depends. So put a slice of tomato. And this is prosciutto. Now, that prosciutto is like an Italian bacon, but it's, all I did was put it in the oven and crisp it up, and then just chop it up. Or you can use bacon, but the one thing you need to do is chop it up, because if you bite into something that's this small and you get up this long piece of bacon, you're going to either pull everything off of it, or something. I guarantee you something disastrous will happen. And then just a slice of avocado.
That's nice. That looks pretty.
Looks nice, huh? So, and these are kind of filling things. These are not light.
Right.
They're called small bites, but really they're not. So then, obviously, we got to make something for the vegetarians. And this one, the same thing. You put the pesto mayo. Oh, I also put a little tiny bit of olive oil. Okay. We got to stop for a moment, and I'll be right back. I'm just going to reset the caramel corn and put the pecans in it. We'll be right back. Oh, we're back again. Okay, all we did was we tossed the caramel corn, set the timer for another 15 minutes, and tossed the pecans in it. Okay, so now put your lettuce. This is the vegetarian one, and it's pretty simple, but you really could put anything on here. Some
Cucumber.
Some.
What do you call that? The grass.
Oh yeah. We don't eat it very often. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That fuzzy looking stuff. I don't buy it. You know why?
I don't either, but I like it.
Because they grow it in your refrigerator, and I don't eat anything you grow in your refrigerator.
Oh.
So.
Sprouts. Right.
Thank you. So anyway, yeah, it looks kind of cool. He's just sitting there. But it's good. It tastes good. All right. So that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been making. I'm hoping that you enjoy it.
Just
You guys, we're gonna be back, and we'll have everything set out, and the caramel corn will be out. You can see what it looks like. And we'll have some more of these little bites for the people that are coming to enjoy.
I really like the coleslaw in here.
You do? Oh, see?
Yeah.
So basically, you could do that with chicken in it.
Yeah, but I like the shrimp.
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. It's not too spicy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Did we put spicy stuff
Yeah.
in? Oh, well.
Yeah.
There
I
you
was
go.
concerned. So, no, I don't think that stuff is real spicy. But I know that sriracha sauce is really spicy. So if you're not into spicy stuff, then you wouldn't want to do that. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, so you saw all the little goodies that we made. We made the Japanese shrimp tacos. We made the BLTs, the vegetarian style, and the one with the chopped prosciutto. Please don't forget to chop up your bacon or whatever kind of prosciutto or whatever kind of meat that you want in there. Then we made, let's see.
The chicken.
Oh, we made the
Meatballs.
chicken meatballs with the marinara sauce, you know, on your little bun. And we made the vegetarian zucchini,
Which was really good.
which was really
Very good.
Which you actually could just serve as by itself. You know, you could really just serve, make the pancakes a little bit larger, and just put a dollop of the marinara sauce and just serve them like that. You wouldn't even
Or
have
just eat them right off the pan like
or
I did
just
when
eat
you
them off
weren't
the
looking.
pan when I wasn't looking.
It was very good.
Okay,
Very
so
good.
then this is our last endeavor.
All this caramel popcorn. And just stir it when it comes out of the oven so that it stays in single pieces, not big clumps. So it's cool. I mean, the pan's really hot, but it's cool enough to where
Can
now
you
it's
eat
time
one?
to eat
Okay.
one.
No. So that's what we're having. We're having wine,
Thank you.
and we're having and we're having popcorn. Well, caramel corn, technically. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Jeannie, for being an awesome
Thank you for inviting
cook
me.
that
love
she
it.
is, and partner in crime. And thank you guys for being with us. And this is Cooking for All Seasons. This is Judy, and enjoy your life. Bye. Okay, we're back.
Not yet. Now we're back. I had to get back.
Oh,
I was over there.
that was still, you were on that pay scale. I just like the looks of it.
It is.
Somebody would say it looks like little bugs, but I don't know.
Little bugs.
You didn't record that, did you?
No.
No, it's not hot at all.
I see a pepper flake. Nope,
It's
not
not.
hot. But I'm not sure I like that.
It has a real different flavor to it.
Yeah. I don't think that's mine. I think I'll stick with the yum
Yum
sauce.
sauce. I know. I just get warm.
It's like you're a boxer. Okay.
Okay, clapper. Remember, double pay. See, we could just sit here.
I am.
Okay, the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Does it
It
bother
does get you warm though. Maybe, but it's worth it.
Okay, there you There's
certain
things
things.
in life that are just worth it.
Yeah. I'll suffer later.